On today's video, we're going to be comparing an original Tial MV-R wastegate to a knockoff Tial MV-R wastegate purchased off of eBay. I'm going to go ahead and get these both unboxed, and then we'll get to doing a comparison. So hang tight and enjoy the video. Okay, so first thing I want to note is the packaging that was shipped. The actual Tial does come in a box. It does have everything kind of listed out. It does come with all the springs. These are the accessory ports for it. Everything seems to be labeled, and it tells you how to use it. Hold on. Okay, again, now that I have everything out, you do see that it comes with the springs. It does not come with these fittings. These are fittings that I had on already. But you can definitely see how it's packaged. Oh, thank you. And now if we come over here to the knockoff one, again, it does have the fittings. It does have the firing. Has a couple of the ports, and it does have two springs. I'm not sure what. Okay, I'm not sure what these two springs equal out to, but if we look over here, maybe that's the comparison. This one and this one and maybe this green one, I guess. I don't really know what the comparison is. This red one definitely doesn't match it. So, but regardless, that's the springs. Okay, so let's say first things first. This one did come with a lot of nicks from shipping. Don't know how to take that, but it does have a lot of different nicks on it. Whereas this one in the packaging definitely doesn't have as many nicks. I don't have a scale. I will weigh them to see if there's a difference, but not really seeing anything different there. Man, sorry. Okay, side by side, not seeing too much difference. Actually, I do see a difference. Okay, so you can see one has 3 ribs and the other one only has 2. There's a difference there. This one has, if it will focus, this one has little Allen keys on the inside. You don't see them on the back. And this one, I do not see any Allen keys present. So I'm not sure what the implications of that is. If you look at the text on this one, this is the legit one. The text looks to be clear. Serial number is small, and it does seem etched in. If you come over here to this one, here, let's do it like this. There we go. Okay, again, the knockoff is on the left, or not knockoff, but the eBay version is on the left, and the original is on the right. I do see that the L looks to be a little off in comparison to the L over here, which is a little more crisp. Even the I is off center, whereas on the real one you can see that the I is level. Even the T is crooked. I'm pretty sure those serial numbers don't mean anything on the knockoff, but I mean, I really don't know if, all because it's knockoff, will it perform its job? I don't know. and that's why we got this. We're going to test it out and see. You can definitely see on the real one the tile is a little more, it's not as pronounced. It's not as pronounced. On this tile, it's very pronounced. It's very hard. You can really see it. You can see the lettering. Again, on the real one, it's a little more softer. Okay, now I want to compare the clamps. This is the this would be the clamp to actually hold the wastegate onto the manifold. There's fire ring section on the bottom. This is the clamp to hold that on. This is, again, the original. You can see it looks well made. Feels good, has a nice finish on it. The edges are crisp. And we step over here to the knockoff clamp. It's not as smooth. I don't see the actual pin holding it together being the same quality. It just looks more casted. I don't know how to directly say it. This is the bolt that came with it. This is the knockoff. I'm sorry. This is the original bolt. I'm not really seeing much difference. There's difference in the two. This says a 270, and this one says, can't read that. I know this one is the knockoff, and this is the OEM. When it comes down to functionality, the reality is that the knockoff one costs substantially less than what the real one does. But when it comes down to it, as long as it can moderate your boost, doesn't matter. I don't know. You can be the judge of that. If anything, I don't know what these clamps cost, but I do know with other with other wastegates, the clamps alone cost a tremendous amount. So sometimes you can find just these right here, and then you can use these just for the rings and get away with that. Actually, speaking of that, this is the knockoff flange that will go on your wastegate. I want to see if it actually fits the real one. And look at it. It does. It fits perfectly. So like I said, if you need like flanges at a discount, I don't see why you wouldn't go this route. Here's the firing. Let's compare those two. Okay, you can probably tell the difference between the two. This is the good one. It has a much shinier finish, just much better, much polished part. And here's the off-brand. But the off-brand goes right inside the new one. Like I said, you could definitely get away with using these for replacement parts if you needed to. I feel. Next thing I want to do is hold on. Yeah, the fittings are pretty much all going to be interchangeable. I want to look and see if there's a difference on the inside, if there's a difference in the gasket material. Okay, now I went in and I unscrewed both tops. We're going to look at the knockoff first. I'm going to take the top off. Alright. And looking at the plunger system, everything seems fine. Let's take off the real one. Let's do a comparison. So this one seems to have, actually you can see the casting on the portion that holds it onto the plunger. And this right here, this one is more curved, and it has these keepers in there. Look, it just has a nice look to it. Definitely a different design on this knockoff one. It's not as smooth around, but for the most part, but still get the job done. Like that's the part. Let's see if I sit here and push it up. How does that do? Look. So I can do the same on actually, we saw that. So I pushed it up, and the knockoff, when it came off, when you push this one up, it goes up really smooth. I still do not think that this difference will matter when it comes to actual use. I do think that the knockoff is still going to work just fine at regulating the boost. Anything, it just have a few imperfections. I've actually had other wastegates where this one, the real one, ripped, and I would just go spend like $50 for a knockoff, not towel in particular, but a knockoff version of it that looked the same, and I just use this plunger on the inside of this one and continue on with boost. Never had a problem. I mean, it still has the it's protectant on the bottom, as does this one. I did notice that on the real version, they actually list what the ports are. You can't. This one says H2O, and this one I believe says, yeah, it says air, right? So you know that this one requires the water fittings, and obviously this one will be going to your air source, your boost source, the turbo, or the boost controller. When we step over to the knockoff one, we can see that. Sorry, when we step to the knockoff one, you can see that it's been machined flat. That's on both water and on air. So that's another thing to look for. It doesn't clearly have that listed. I think in the end, it just comes down to preference. What are you willing to tolerate? I mean, from far away, if somebody was to look at these, if they knew what they were looking at, they could tell it's a knockoff. But does it really matter? I mean, I really do think it'll get the job done. Only one way we're gonna know. We're gonna try it. The real one will be inside the built motor. This knockoff version will be inside a street car. And I honestly have no doubts in my mind that the wastegate will do the job. I guess it just comes into preference. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Check me out for more videos. I kind of at this point am just shooting videos as they come to me. I have been welding away on my green bean, so maybe I'll shoot some videos of that in the coming months. Everybody stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye.